Hi everyone, thanks for watching this video. With YeeFlow, you can use our powerful form designer and workflow designer to manage your business process. You can also use our content list to manage your business data. For example, you can manage your project information or assets information. You can also manage some of your travel-related information as well. You can use your business data stored in content list as the source, where you can select from your online forms, and also you can save your forms information to a specific content list as the output. So in today's video, I'd like to demonstrate how that works. So firstly, log into YeeFlow with your account. And in the application forms, there are a couple of the published workflow forms. And this is the one that we created in the previous demo as the travel request application. Once we go to the content list, here are a couple of the content lists I just created. So to create a new content list, you can just simply go to the right top, click the new button. We are currently supported for 3 different list types: the data list, calendar list, and document library. The first one that I create in the content list is called projects. So if we go to the projects list, you can see there are already some of the columns with a project information that include project name, project number, the project manager of the project, also clients, team members, and also you can create other columns based on your need. So we're going to using the project information on our travel request application. Let's go back to the application form. So open the travel demo 01. So here is the form that I created from the previous session. So on the travel form, you can see there are a couple of the travel information here. And imagine there's some of the scenario. For example, if you are submit a travel request, probably you need to mark this travel is particular for some specific project. So we need to add we need to allow the users to select the project from the form. To do that, let's go back to the workflow settings to modify the current existing workflow. Then let's go to the workflow definition and select the workflow that we created on the travel demo 01. And from the menu, select Open in Designer. Click OK. So here is the workflow designer, and this is the steps that we created in the previous session. And let's just go to the pages. And let's go to the submit page. Let's click Edit. Okay, in this form, we are going to add some of the fields that allow users to select a project. So by doing that, we need to select lookup control. So select the lookup control, and there are actually a couple of the properties that we need to set up. So firstly, select which which content list we need to use. So select the content list. And we're going to select the projects list. Okay. So let's go to the display field. This is where that once you select the list, which field you need to be displayed. So let's select the project name, and there are the additional fields are how many other fields that we need to be displayed once we try to select the items. Let's click settings. So I can actually select all of the information, or we just select the project name, project manager, and project number. No description, no client, no team members. So just a 3 field, and we want the project name as the first line, and the project number as the second column. Click OK. All right, let's do preview. So here's the lookup field. So you can just click selection, and you can see this information is coming from the project list. There are actually three items. So with the orders of the field. So first field is project name, and the second project number and project manager. All right. So let's say we want to also display the project manager and the project number as a field on the form. So let's set add 2 fields, text box, and another one for the project manager is a user. So select a user field. All right. So let's change the label. So this is a project, and this one is the project number. And this is the project manager. All right. So what we're trying to do is we want to select the project, and once a project is selected, we need to automatically display the project number and the project manager on the form. So let's go to the lookup field and back to the additional field. Click settings. You can see in the second column is called associate field. So we can associate a field to the column. So we want to, for the project manager, to connect associate with the user field, and also for the project number, this is where we select with a text box. So that be text 18. It's okay. Let's go back to the preview page. And now if I select a project, let's say project 03, the project number is here, and also the project manager is Amy. So if I click OK, you can see the project number and the project manager are automatically be displayed. So we can set those 2 fields as read-only. All right, let's go back to the preview page again, and we are going to select the project, and it will display the project number and the project manager. So by the way, you can also use the lookup list. Let's just try to have a quick demo. So this is control wheel if you want to add multiple content list items. So you can have the lookup list, and you can have a drag a list control here, and you can, let's try to allow the people to select multiple projects, for example. So let's design it with the columns. Let's say we want to add, let's say 3 columns. With this one, let's say project. And similar, this one is project number and the project manager. So this is the text box, this is the text, and also this one is a user. All right. And we need to associate the lookup list to the list here. And by doing that, firstly, select the project content list and display project name. Let's go to the additional field and select the associated list. So the current so the list that I just created is list 21, and we want to have the project name, project number, and the project manager here, and we want to associate those 3 fields to the list of fields. For example, this one is the project and the project number and the project manager. Click OK. So by doing that, we connect the lookup list and the list below. Let's try, say, the preview page. So from the lookup list, you can select projects. So from here, you can say you can select multiple projects. And if we click OK, you can say we select 2 projects, and at the below list, we added 2 items based on the select item. All right, this is another one for some of the scenario if you want to select multiple content list items. Okay, so for now, just remove those 2 fields. All right. So let's click Save and exit. All right. So let's republish YeeFlow. So this is a new one, the version 2. Okay. And go back to the application form. You can see the travel demo 01. For now, you can check the new version. So click the new form, and you can see the project number, and project manager. The function is over here, and we can, for end user, can select the project, and it will means for this travel is the travel purpose is just for related to this project. All right. So next, I'm going to show you how to save the form data to a content list. So firstly, let's go to connect a content list. Click new. We're going to create a data list. Let's say travel request info. Say JSON as the editor, permissions, and for special users have the width permissions. Let's say like Amy have the view permission. Okay, let's click OK. Let's open the travel request info. I'm going to add some of the columns to save the data. So let's go to the edit list settings and add columns. We are going to track the travel information like the submitter. So this will be a user column. Okay. And I'm going to add, let's say, a couple of other columns, say the travel type. So there will be a text box. And let's say from date. So this will be a date picker. Another column, let's say end date. That'll be another date picker. So let's say so let's select the list view and change the fields in the list. So firstly, let's say submitter as the first one, and the travel type as the second, from, to, and let others not display in the list. All right. Okay. All right. This is a very simple list. So let's check. So submitter, travel type, from date and end date. Okay. So let's get back to the travel demo workflow and go to the workflow settings and workflow definition, and let's open the workflow designer again. Okay. So from left of the steps, you can see there one which calls set content list. So I'm going to, let's say, once the process has been approved, the last step, let's firstly go to set content list and then add this workflow. All right, so then let's go set the properties for this step. Go to the setting window and select the list. Select the travel request info list that we just created. And the logic is we want to, once the workflow has been approved, at the last step, we want to save some of the main information to a content list. So the execute type should be add, and we're going to set some of the field mapping. So click the field settings. So from this window, we list all the columns that we created for the content list. So we select submitter, travel type, from date, end date, we're going to mapping those columns to the form field. Let's say for the end date, that'd be the workflow variable. So that'd be date 5. From date, that'd be date 4. And let's mapping for the travel type. This to the text 2. Click OK. And for the submitter, let's select for the instant context and the submitter and insert. Click OK. And then OK. So that's done. So the process will first go to the first department head and go to the financial controller and admin booking for approval. And once all the process being approved, we will set the content to the content list and complete the workflow. In order to make the verification more easier, we just set some of the approval tasks to point all the approver as my current account. So let's say the approver for this one, change it to select myself. And this one also select to myself. And the third one, let's say remove this one and select Ranger. All right. So let's just go to save and republish this workflow again. So it's coming to the version 3. Okay. And exit. All right, let's verify the workflow. So we are going to submit a new request, and let's say just have the travel type, the purpose. Let's say select the project. And from written date, let's say 2 days. Okay, so leave others as blanks because I did not set too much required fields. So just click submit. All right, let's check for the pending tasks. So it's firstly go to the department head. So click the task, click approve. And go to the financial controller, a new task. And let's say approve again. Let's go to the admin booking. This one, okay. Click approve again. So all the approval process will be completed. So there's no more pending task here. Okay. So let's get back to the content list to check if the records have been right to the list. Okay, let's go to the travel requesting form. All right, you can say there are new records, new item to be inserted by the workflow. The submitter is Ranger, and the travel type and from date and end date are just the same as the fields that we put in the online form. And you can click to check the details of the information. And you can do search if you have many more items later. All right, so that's So for today's demo, I introduced how to create a content list, how to use the content list on the form, and also how to export the form data information to a specific content list. And in the next video, I will introduce you how to design a more complex workflow with multiple connotation. And again, if you have any questions regarding the information for today, you can just contact us via email, or you can just browse our website for more information. Thanks for your watching.